All right. Hey, everybody. What's going on? And welcome to the first episode of the Packcast. Today, our hosts are Cool Trainer Camillo, the Janebo, Dan from the Tea Lounge, and myself. I'm Phil Fantastic. We are the Game Pack collectively. Our first topic today is Shiny Pikachu and Eevee are available for Pokemon Let's Go through the Pokemon Pass app. Now, this is news because we haven't had the Pokemon Pass app before. Camilla, do you want to talk about that a little bit, about what the Pokemon Pass app is and maybe what that means for getting shinies and giveaways going forward in Pokemon?
Yeah, so randomly, earlier this week, Pokemon just announced that there's this new Pokemon Pass app out of nowhere, and it's this new way to get distribution. So how it will work is you will go to a retailer, scan a QR code with your phone camera with this app, and you will get a code for your game to redeem. This first distribution is going to be for Shiny Pikachu or Shiny Eevee, and they're actually swapping them. So, if you have Pikachu version, you'll get the Shiny Eevee, and then if you have Eevee version, you'll get Shiny Pikachu.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
You have to go to Target, right?
Yeah, this first one's at Target. The other ones will probably be at other locations, too.
Other retailers, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's cool, but, on the one hand, what I like to do is I will have multiple game copies, so I'll have Moon and Sun or X and Y, and usually with those I can get as many codes as I want. Well, I can have one code per one game, but with this it seems like if I have one Pokemon Pass account, I can only get one code, which kind of sucks because I can't just go get a bunch, and I can't get a bunch to give away to other people if they can't make it to a Target or something.
So I think you just indicated why they're doing it, because people were taking advantage of it.
Yeah,
the whole point of this promotion was to get more people to the stores. So more people should have went to GameStop to get all these Pokemon. But everybody was getting 10 codes, giving them all away, and it just defeated the whole purpose.
But what does it mean think about families? Say you're a young kiddo and you don't have a phone to put the Pokemon Pass app on. However, you and your brother are both going to get Target. You both have copies of the game. Can you both get shiny Pokemon, or does mom have to pick who gets the shiny Pokemon this time?
Who's the best child?
Yeah, who is the
most
most
just
behaved
be another
in the
step. I mean, I guess technically you can go into the app and just log out and log in with a different account, but that's just another step that you have to go through.
It seems like it's not fair. It's cracking down for no reason. It just seems like it's going to be harder on going with friends or...
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal when they give away a random legendary that's just in the game, or it's just some random Pokemon they're giving away. Maybe for the mythicals,
right?
They don't want a lot of those just spreading around. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I don't know. I don't know, because they said during the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, they were we have more things to look forward to in Pokemon for 2019, so maybe this was one of them. I don't know if we're going to get any new Pokemon announcements this year, or what they meant by that. So, yeah.
How many Pokemon apps do we need? We have Pokemon Go, we got Pokemon Duel, we got this Pokemon Pass,
Pokemon Shuffle.
There's so many
a lot
apps.
Of them of the little mobile games. What's the one with their cubes?
Pokemon Quest.
Pokemon Quest.
Oh, Quest, yeah. There should be a hub. There should be a hub one.
Yeah.
Because most of those are free to play. Then you just go into this one hub app, and then you select what you want to go into.
Maybe. It's not a bad idea. All right, does anybody have anything else they want to talk about as far as the Pokemon apps are concerned?
I kind of hope this is actually the first event for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee 2. I hope they do more, because the only other one was the Mew, and that just came with the game on launch day.
Right.
So
and you had to pay $50.
Yeah, I mean, but it was it was kind of in the Pokeball, but kind of not. So I don't know. I don't know what else they can give away. Not much. We already have Shiny Meltan and Melmetal. And I mean, if you give away a shiny legendary, that doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. Could just... Yeah, I don't know what they'll do. I think maybe Pokemon Let's Go is probably not going to get a lot of support. Like, it's like an in-between game, and I think as soon as...
But I kind of wish people wouldn't treat it like... I feel like a lot of people are just not going to play Pokemon Let's Go anymore when Sword and Shield comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
that is correct.
But...
I'm in that camp.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it, but I hope they like maybe keep it alive somehow with like the next Let's Go game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be like compatibility and stuff.
That'd be cool.
So, yeah.
When do you think we're gonna get Bank? Speaking of Pokemon apps.
Oh, probably like February or something in March next year.
Yeah, doesn't it usually take a couple months?
Yeah, they let like
after
like 6 months go before they add it,
Mm-hmm.
which I like because when you do online battles, since it's like on the well, people hack in Let's Go, so they're probably gonna be able to hack like right away too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but like when Sun and Moon came out, I like that like there was no Pokemon Bank because people couldn't move up their Hackmons and just cheat. So, and also the meta was different too. Like you just couldn't play with certain Pokemon because you didn't have them. So, yeah,
well, that's cool. Well, I guess I'll have to wait patiently to get all my shinies. I can't just start off and do a shiny run. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I don't want to get too off topic, but I am excited to start shiny hunting the new Pokemon because we haven't seen, whether or not we can get like shiny Sobble and all that. Like, I think it's just gonna be really exciting.
I saw that there was a potential leak of what the final evolutions are.
There's been a lot of those
for the starters. I don't know. It had some traction, so I just thought.
Nice.
I won't say what they were because then people get mad at me for spoilers.
Yeah, no Pokemon spoilers. Okay, great. All right, well, that pretty much wraps up the Pokemon section. So I want to move on, and I want to talk about, briefly, the Fortnite Vault opens, and the volcano destroyed Tilted Towers. Now, I know this isn't a conversation for everybody, but I will say that I am very happy that Tilted Towers is gone. I haven't yet got a chance to play the game since the update, but I am so tired, or was so tired, of playing online with squads and everyone's like pinging Tilted Towers. Like, it's like, come on, guys, it's like a slaughter fest in there. Like, I get it that you want to like get going and start shooting people, but like, why don't we be a little bit more strategic? But now that it's finally gone, maybe I can get a reprieve. I'm sure there's some new area that I don't know about yet that people are going to be like, no, here's like where the big battle starts at the beginning of every Fortnite match. But I mean,
it's Fatal Fields now, it's just...
Is it really?
No, I was
going to say, Fatal Fields is one of the safe spots. Fatal Fields and what's the one with the tower?
Lonely Lodge.
Lonely Lodge. I love dropping in Fatal Fields and Lonely Lodge. It's good starting spots. Sometimes you get a little banged up if you start in Lonely Lodge because it's so close to the edge of the circle that you could...
Oh, yeah. It depends on what bus you have. Yeah. Like, if you're on the line, like if Lonely Lodge is on the line, then, yeah, that's a bad spot to land. Yeah. But I'm actually surprised they got rid of Tilted Towers because when you think of Fortnite, like if you've never played Fortnite before, I'm sure you've heard Tilted Towers. Right, Dan?
I've not...
I've heard of it. So why is it good that it's gone?
Because it's like the hot spot. It's always been the hot spot since like season 1, I think, right? It's been there since season 1. It's the main area where everybody goes to fight because it has the best loot, and that's where you get good.
Yeah, a lot of people like to land there. It's frustrating because you don't want to split your squad up, and your squad will go and land in Tilted Towers, and you got to follow them. And then if you don't land fast enough, like the gear's already gone in the building that you like landed on. So then you're just like out of the game within 10 seconds. And you're like, guys, how is this strategy? How is this fun to be like instantly eliminated? Like, let's rethink this.
This sounds like Hunger Games.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. It's Hunger Games. Well, it's Hunger Games. Like you want to get the best loot. Well, either you I usually go to the furthest away spot, just hide out for a while. I don't care about kills too much. It's all about surviving. It doesn't matter how many kills you have.
It doesn't.
And
I say that all the time.
As long as you're number one.
I say that all the time. It's like, guys, the only number that matters is that number one victory royale at the end. Like, it doesn't matter what your kill score is. What matters is dropping somewhere safe, finding some halfway decent weapons, getting materials, and moving with purpose. Moving with purpose to find either another squad who might not be expecting you to come from to flank them and then take them out, take their weapons. There's strategy in the movement and the drop zones of Fortnite, and that not everybody gets that. So
I don't know. They just want to go hard, man.
I know they just want to go hard. They just want to they just want to get their gun and they want to start shooting right away, and it's it's not how you win. That's not how you get the victory royale every time.
I can vouch for that because I'm sitting on 100% success rate and 0 kills.
Yep. See? He's got 0 losses.
Indeed.
Well, you can't lose if you don't play, right?
True. You got me.
Awesome.
I still enjoy Fortnite. I think it's a good game.
Yeah, I do too.
It's very fun.
I took a break. I think I maybe overindulged a little bit.
Yeah, you're playing every single day.
Every day.
I played every day for the first half of the current season, and I was just a little bit spent. So I'm taking a little bit of Fortnite break, but I think it's been long enough. I think it's time that we dust off the sticks and play some more Fortnite.
Speaking of getting back into Fortnite, so you know how they had the account merging a while back? They allowed you to merge your PS4 and Switch account. Well, it didn't let me do it at first because it was saying I unlinked my PS4 account. But recently, I was able to link them, and I finally got all my skins from my PS4 account. I'm super excited. I got my John Wick back.
Oh, I saw you tweeted that. I was like, wait, how did he just get a John Wick thing? That's not...
Yeah, I got my John Wick back.
That's awesome. Well, GG. I will now be...
I was super excited about that.
I will be intimidated when I see you on the battlefield. Cool. All right. Well, that's enough Fortnite, I think, for everybody. One thing I wanted to talk about today that I think is super interesting are statistics. So we're going
statistics are hot.
Dude, statistics are so cool. You guys have no idea. So our third topic today is about Switch sales and how one of the news stories that was circulating on all the gaming websites was that the Switch sales have finally surpassed the lifetime sales of the Nintendo 64. So here's some numbers for you guys. The Switch has sold 34.74 million units, and the Nintendo 64 lifetime sold 32.93 million units.
Dang.
So that's approximately, we have outsold it. It's still only 2 years old, 2.5 years old, and it's outsold the N64 total by about 2 million units and climbing. And then we also had another stat here that they have sold 187.52 million copies of software on the Switch. That is just buku bucks. And to give you guys an idea of where that is, the main competitors to the Switch right now, I think we can all agree, are the Xbox One and the PS4. The Xbox One is only barely beating the Switch, even though it's been out for significantly longer.
5 years? Is it 5 years?
It's
6 years.
So
well, I guess 5.5. Yeah, I guess.
So it's been out for about 3 years longer, and it has only sold 39.1 million units. So that's a difference of about 5 million units. And we've got the PS4 with 96.8 million units. That is crazy. That is
This is gonna surpass the Wii this year.
Yeah, they're on pace because the Wii is at 101.63 million. So I think, yeah, I agree with John. I think that the PS4 will outsell it come Christmas season because they're gonna be sales. It's kind of the last hurrah for the PS4. It's so no. This Christmas?
I don't think the PS5 is coming out next year.
Yeah, but who needs to buy a PS4 anymore? I think everybody who's gonna get it already has it.
I mean, I didn't buy a PS3 until like the PS4 was out. So
I didn't
buy a PS4 until just end of last year.
So I don't know if you guys would agree with me. I think it's got potential. They only need to sell 4 million more units.
Yeah, that's over
the next 2 years, and they've already sold 96.8 over the last 5 or 6. I think it's doable. I think if you did,
it'll probably end around 120. I feel like it will get up to 120.
Yeah. So it won't
lifetime.
We've got the Wii at 101 million. We've got the Nintendo DS and all its iterations at 154 million. You don't think that it'll surpass the DS? Anybody?
I don't think so. That's a long way away, and the PS5 will be coming out in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody think that it's going to pass the DS at 154?
No. And
then one last statistic for you guys. The greatest / best-selling system of all time?
But yeah, the best-selling system of all time.
The best-selling system of all time is the PlayStation 2 at 155 million units.
That's crazy.
That's insane to think about. And I'm not sure...
PS2 was the greatest. Oh my gosh.
It has some good games on it. I've really enjoyed a lot of the remasters from the PS2 era. So
I've never owned it.
I didn't have the PS2, but I have some PS2 games that I play on my fat PS3 that I like to brag about as much as I can.
Yeah.
Pretty much anytime there's a chance for me to say I have a functional fat PS3 that plays PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, I'll bring it up. So guys, did you know that I have a functional PS... Okay, anyways, moving on.
Yeah,
no one cares.
But like I had a GameCube and a PS2, and I played both. But of all, like I played all the Nintendo games on the GameCube, but all of like the third-party stuff, I played all on the PS2. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
I just recently picked up PS2 for the first time end of last year when the PlayStation Classic was a big flop.
Yep.
It got me wanting to play the old PlayStation games, and that was the cheapest bargain bin way that I could do that.
Yeah.
What,
actually,
what I was going to ask Dan what games he picked up.
Oh, I had a collection from way back when, from when I had my PS1, but a couple of them that I missed that I re-picked up is Cool Borders 2, definitely.
Nice.
And I've been enjoying Metal Gear Solid VR missions as well. It's the
Not
offshoot
virtual
from...
reality?
No, it's the offshoot of Metal Gear Solid, where the sole focus is a buttload of VR missions, and they get more and more complicated as you go. It's really cool. Yeah,
that's cool. Were you gonna say something, Kim? I feel like I
yeah, but I kind of forgot. Whoops.
That's all good. All right. Well, moving on. Our next topic is going to be Bioware is committed to Anthem, so they say. So essentially what's happening here, guys, is the team behind Anthem has moved on over to the Dragon Age 4 team. And I'm excited about this because I think the Dragon Age games are great. I have not put enough time into Inquisition. I need to put a little bit more time into that game. But the first Dragon Age game was amazing. 2 was kind of bad. But I'm looking forward to a new Dragon Age game. Inquisition came out like a very, very long time ago. Like, I feel like it was close to launch.
It was 5 years.
Yeah,
it
was
2014,
probably launch of...
I think.
Yeah, it was launch of...
Because a lot of my
Xbox.
friends were like really excited for it when it came out.
So it's been a long time. It's been like 5 years, I guess. So it's beyond time. But yeah, I really like the way that BioWare does their stories and how everything is pretty much voice acted, and you can like create the story as you go by choosing certain dialogue options. I know it hasn't been like some games have been like some games have like, I guess Mass Effect would be an example of like a game that was ruined by BioWare. I don't know if anyone wants to speak to that at all.
Well, I don't know. Didn't most of the team that did the original Mass Effect, aren't they all gone? Like, aren't all of the original developers pretty much not there anymore?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like the BioWare team moving from Anthem to Dragon Age 4, it's like it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but I think they're just trying to reassure like investors and the Anthem community that Anthem, even though it's been a huge flop, that they're going to continue to support it. So I don't know. Has anyone here played Anthem?
I have played Anthem.
I have not.
What are your thoughts on Anthem, John? And
it
is.
And what?
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say like, and do you feel that it still needs to have continued support? Because isn't it a game as a service, right?
Yeah. So it's like it's a shared world shooter looter like Destiny or Division, and when I played it, it was like close to launch. The load times were atrocious. So like it took probably 2 minutes to load into a spot, into a mission, and then like halfway through the mission you have to load into a different area. So that's another 2 minutes. The loading times are awful. So I haven't played it for a while, and I'm not sure if they patched the long load times, but it was really bad. But I've been watching videos on the status of it right now, and everybody seems to be saying that there still needs to be a lot more to be done.
Yeah.
You know, there's the item drop rates are terrible.
Yeah.
The customization options are really bad. The store that they have in game is really bad. They're not doing all these community events that they said that they were going to do. So there's this whole map of content. So they were going to have, new missions, new community events, new strongholds, which are like their raids type deal. But they haven't released any of that, and that was all supposed to come out within the month of April.
Wow.
And there was supposed to be a big, I think they call it the Cataclysm, and that was supposed to come out either April or May, and they haven't mentioned anything about it yet. So this game, I think the game's dead in the water. The player base is non-existent pretty much.
Wow. So essentially, what is the game? The gameplay is a looter shooter, but you're like Iron Man, right?
Yeah, you're like Iron Man. Like picture yourself as Iron Man, but with guns.
He's got so it's like actual physical guns.
But actual guns, like you're holding a gun. But yeah, you're essentially Iron Man. It feels really good when you actually get to play. Like the gameplay is solid. Like when you're flying around and just destroying aliens, it feels great, but there's so much technical limitations and issues with it right now that it's unplayable. If you're looking for a game that's like this, like a shared world shooter, I would recommend picking up. I would recommend Division 2.
Okay.
Because that one is much more polished. There's a lot more to do in it. It's easier to get anything done, to link up with friends, link up with randoms. It's just a better game.
Now, when I was watching like the original, like all the reveal trailers and everything like that, the graphics in the world looked amazing and looked very like complete. Like it seemed like it was this functioning living world. Does it feel like that at all when you're playing, or is it very like hollow?
No, so when you see those trailers, like the E3 demos or the gameplay demos, it's completely different than the actual released content. Like the hub overworld is a city, and they showed it in their videos with all this lively action, all these different characters, and then you go in the actual game, there's like, 2 or 3 random characters standing around. They all have the same dialogue, so they're not saying anything different.
Yeah, that just sounds like just Destiny all over again, just totally bungled.
Yeah. Yeah, when the original Destiny came out, it was just a mess.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they actually updated it, and they made it a pretty decent game at the end.
Yeah, by the time what was the last expansion in Destiny? It was like Iron something or other. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that final expansion for Destiny, I was like, oh, this is what Destiny was supposed to be.
Yeah. Even like the Taken King, which was probably the first big update that they had, improved it hand over fist. So, I mean, who knows? If they keep up with Anthem, maybe they can improve it, but there's so much poor press and nobody really cares anymore.
It's a bummer. I remember seeing that trailer at E3, and I'm like, this is my next game. This is my next, like, addiction. Like, because we were talking the other day during the Q&A, I'm like, oh, I was addicted to World of Warcraft, like the like loot, like the chasing loot and like leveling up your character and all that, and like playing with friends. I was like, I'm gonna get together, I'm gonna like form a little squad with like my brother, and we're gonna like go and we're gonna like take this planet by storm. And then just like there's so many negative reviews, and everyone's like, everything's broken. There's like no good end game content, like you can get there, but like there's nothing there for you. It's just like, let's hope that Bioware saying that they're still committed to Anthem is like, a real thing, and that we see some real changes.
I don't think it is. There's rumors of how bad the working condition is at Bioware right now, and even there's rumors that Dragon Age 4 is suffering because of some of the decisions they made on Anthem.
Wow.
So I hate when other games
there's not too much hope.
Take a hit because of other games they're developing.
Yeah, that should.
And it's all under the EA umbrella, so they're trying to monetize everything.
I mean, it's a company. On the one hand, I get mad at companies, and then I understand. I'm like, well, they have like, it's a publicly traded company, like they gotta make money, and it's just.
No, I understand, but like there's a point where like you're just taking advantage of people.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of microtransactions, Borderlands and the company Gearbox has been in kind of a semantics argument with Game Informer. Essentially, Gearbox said that there were not going to be any microtransactions in Borderlands 3. However, Game Informer has announced that there will be microtransactions in the form of cosmetics. Then Randy Pitchford, the head CEO?
I think he's like the head of Gearbox.
Head of Gearbox said that's not right. There won't be transactions. It'll only be cosmetic. So we're sort of in a weird, like, what does it mean for what does it mean to be a microtransaction? Essentially, I feel like Randy's trying to make the case that it's not a microtransaction because it's not pay to win or pay to play.
Yeah.
But Game Informer is saying, well, you do have microtransactions. You can't say you don't have microtransactions, even if they're cosmetic. So I'm leaning towards Game Informer. I mean, I don't know what is true or how much they're charging for these cosmetics or what, but essentially, to me, if you have a base game and then there's something else that you can buy on top of that base game to change your base game in any way, that is a microtransaction. And John, I don't know if you want to jump in here, say anything about this.
Yeah, so it's definitely semantics. Like he's trying the word microtransactions is a very bad word.
It's a naughty word.
Yeah, it's a bad word. It's a cuss word. It's worse than the F word. So he doesn't want people linking that to Borderlands 3 because it could tank reviews or just previews of the game and just sour the taste for everybody. So I know what Randy Pitchford's trying to do, but it doesn't change the fact that you're gonna have these items that are not unlockable in the game unless you pay real money for them.
So for like Borderlands, like what kinds of things could be microtransactions? Like are these
skins, like skins for characters?
They did it. They did it as DLC in the previous Borderlands games, where you could buy like skin packs. And I remember doing that. Like I got a pretty cool, like a Duck Hunter guy skin pack.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
So if they've done this before, like what are the things that like they could add that are bad microtransactions that are like necessary things that you're afraid that they'll add?
I think what people are afraid that they'll add is like guns or like things, any
perks,
anything that would, special perks or anything like that would give a player an advantage over another player. Or I think microtransactions is kind of a naughty word too, because I don't know if you want to talk about Mortal Kombat at all, John, because you were talking about. Why don't you break down the fiasco that is the Mortal Kombat microtransactions?
So what I think, the fear of everybody, this is probably the worst I've seen in a full priced retail $60 game. Mortal Kombat 11 has like 5 different currencies in the game.
Wow,
that's weird.
So you have gold, you have souls, you have hearts,
and you use them for different things, or they count for different amounts.
So the gold, the souls, and the hearts are all used to unlock in-game chests that unlock, skins and like just customizable stuff, really. But then there's also these time crystals which you could buy with real money that would do the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. Like there's a store that allows you to buy skins that you can unlock elsewhere. For real money. The problem with this is, like, whatever, people could do that. It's such a grind. There was a story that it would take over 3,000 hours to unlock everything in the current state.
Which is, and we keep going back, but that's the story with Mortal Kombat 11, but that was the story with Star Wars Battlefront 2 also.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same story.
They keep doing this, and NetherRealm, the creator of Mortal Kombat, they came back, they did a patch saying that they made it easier to get currency, they gave you a gift of currency, but it's still a grind, it still takes forever. Like, I've been playing for 10 hours or so, and I probably got like 2 or 3 skins, and each character has like 60 skins or something, and there's 20 characters, so it takes forever.
The skins you buy, like, is there any way to unlock them in the game, or like you just have to pay for them?
Yeah, you can unlock them in the game. So there's this crypt is where you unlock everything, which is just like random loot boxes everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason to what's in each box. So you could pay, 10,000 gold for like a artwork, or you could get like a skin for the same chest. It's all random.
See, I don't mind that. I don't mind if people want to pay to like just get it now versus like, what I don't like is when they like lock something behind a paywall and like there's no other way to get it besides that. But I don't mind if it's like you pay now, you get it now, or just play the game. I feel like it defeats the purpose. Like if you're like, I want to pay now, like you're basically paying someone to play the game for you. Just play the game, get it yourself.
Yeah.
I think
the problem with Mortal Kombat is you also can't buy everything. Like there's a store that rotates every so often. And there's like 6 or 7 items that you could buy. But they're also way overpriced. For a brutality or a fatality, it's like $7 or something.
Wow.
Oh, like you could buy like a new style to do it or something?
Yeah. And another thing is, like, you could do the brutalities on your own without unlocking them. Like, if you do the correct inputs, you could still do the brutality. You just won't have it unlocked in your little...
like preset or whatever?
Yeah.
Interesting. Dan,
I think...
How do you feel about microtransactions?
Well, to an extent, like, I understand about, like if you can unlock it in the game, great. And if you don't have it behind a paywall, that's the way to go. But I think it needs to go a little further than that, because when a company and I'm not saying that any specific company is doing this, but when a company designs their game to essentially take absolutely forever to unlock something without paying into it, then that's also a failure to some extent as well.
Absolutely.
Because
See, that's
you're
how I
basically
feel about Mortal
punishing
Kombat.
you're punishing the player for not paying into this thing. Yeah.
Like, how long? Like, it takes you
Yeah, I
just
think-
so long.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. It's like that balance point is going to be different for everyone. And
I think 3,000 hours is too long.
yeah, a lot of
That's not a
people.
satisfying
I don't think
well
any
over.
game manufacturer expects anyone to play that long on one game.
Yeah, I don't envy the game manufacturer's position of finding that balance point, but in implementing microtransactions and unlockables that don't require it, aside from it, they kind of put themselves into that position. So they kind of have to deliver with a good balance, or they need to accept responsibility.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, guys. So in summation, microtransactions bad, but we're moving on to some exciting news with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. They have parsed out the multiplayer, which is sort of like the Battle Royale mode and then like Team Deathmatch, for $12, which is a very affordable. That's only slightly more expensive than a Battle Pass. And I'm going to pick it up, but like I've been so curious to play because I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is what PUBG should have been from the times I've played it. John is the go-to Battle Royale guy. Have you got your hands on Call of Duty Black Ops 4?
Yeah, I actually played a lot of Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
I haven't played too much of the Blackout mode.
Okay.
But it is a better version of PUBG.
Mm-hmm. That's I played it a handful of times and I was like, this is better than PUBG.
I think out of the the realistic shooter battle royale modes, Blackout's probably the best one.
So
Like out of PUBG, Apex Legends, and
so you
I don't know,
would say
that might
that
be
you
it.
would say that Apex Legends is realistic.
yeah, I think it's more realistic than not. Right?
One of the characters is a robot with a smiley face.
One of the characters in Black Ops, I'm pretty sure, is a robot as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Black Ops takes place in the future.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
So I mean, but Blackout is closer to PUBG than it is to Apex.
Yeah, I figured.
But it's fun. Like there's vehicles. I flew a chopper.
Ooh.
That's always fun to do. They have these little areas of the map where you could fight zombies, and then if you beat all the zombies, you get a chest with some good loot in it. The map's more interactive than the other battle royales, I think.
Oh yeah, how do you figure?
Just because of like the zombie stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know, the areas in the map. If you played any of the other Call of Duty games, all of the areas in the map are old Call of Duty maps.
Oh really?
So that's pretty cool. And I think they have another. I think they have another map
That's cool.
for Blackout. So I don't think it's just one map like Fortnite has. I know PUBG has a couple maps, but Blackout I believe has maybe 3. They might have
That's
2 or
cool.
3.
There's pros and cons to that. I feel like I enjoy the Fortnite, like every season the map is like pretty much the same, so like you can kind of like get a strategy going for the season. But yeah, with Black Ops you probably have to like learn more maps and learn more strategies. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it just takes more time. But,
Yeah, I played a lot of the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I played Team Deathmatch. I think that's the most fun to me. I don't care how basic you think I am.
Yeah. There's been a lot of
But,
people trash talk Team Deathmatch. It's like, man, that's what it was.
I love it.
That's what it was.
It's the most fun.
That's what it was for so many years, and it's still
Yeah.
fun. So yeah, I don't know. Haters gonna hate.
But for $12, it's definitely worth
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. For the cost of a battle pass, like, I mean, I'm
Is
in.
this-
Sign me up.
We should probably tell them how to get it though, because it's not like $12 on the
It's only on
PSN.
PC, right?
Yeah, well, it's through Humble
Yeah.
Bundle monthly.
So they'll give you a Steam key.
Yeah. So make sure you have a decent PC if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, because this thing's a little intensive. Definitely more intensive than PUBG.
Yeah, but PUBG like kills your PC though.
Does it?
Yeah.
It looks like trash.
I know. That's the worst part. And I played it on Xbox One X and it looks just as bad.
That's so weird. Yeah, the textures in that game are terrible.
That's because it's not made by an actual developer.
All right, guys, I want to move on. That's all we have to say about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Get it for $12 on the Humble Bundle. Check it out. It's a good deal. Hashtag not sponsored. I wanted to mention at the beginning, guys, that we were going to save the best for last, but we had to go fast, and I forgot to mention it. So there has been, and you have all seen it, the Sonic movie. The trailer came out with it's Sonic, played by Ben Schwartz, who I think is a very talented comedic actor, and he is really it's just like so unfair that the artist did what they did so that he couldn't have his character shine. We've got Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik.
Are they actually calling
AKA,
him that? It's Eggman, right?
I believe so.
They're calling him Dr. Robotnik.
They're calling him Dr. Robotnik, which is in line with the animated series and the original Genesis games. They're not calling him Eggman, which is great because Eggman makes no sense. And
I heard apparently that it's always been Eggman overseas.
Yes, that's true.
Which is strange.
Yeah, and then
It's also that
when
they never had Genesis overseas either.
Well, yeah.
It was called Mega Drive.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, when they localized it, they changed it to Dr. Robotnik. Probably because it was the 80s, and they were like, Russia's bad, right? Let's make them sound Russian. Which happened in one of the Mega Man games, too. There was, I think, Mega Man 4. They had, like, Dr. Cossack was the Russian baddie in that one. That was interesting. Anyways, moving on. That is not what we're talking about. So there's been so much backlash about the Sonic movie trailer, about how terrible he looks, how not even close to the original source material. He's tall.
He looks kind of gross.
He looks mangy. His eyes are like teeny tiny and beady, and they're not giant and connecting. Even though it's made me think like, well, wait a second, Sonic only has one eyeball and two like irises. Like, have we ever thought to think about that? Because there's no gap.
Yeah,
and it doesn't. I don't know. I guess it's
the worst part.
I think it would be fine if there was no gap. The eyes just need to be bigger.
Yeah, it's almost like they took a ball of clay, kind of molded it by hand until they thought, it's done, and then slapped some chatter teeth on it.
Yeah. He's just, the proportions are so bad. His hands are tiny. His feet are small.
Feet are huge.
He's just way too humanoid.
Yeah.
Like, he is like like he's an anthropomorphic hedgehog, but they tried to make him like way too human-like. And I don't know. But we have this news, guys. There's news other than us all collectively outcrying. We were heard. We were heard when we cried, when we tweeted, when we, Facebook posted. I don't know what we did to make this happen, but essentially the internet freaked out and the director responded. I forget his name. It's not in my notes. But the director basically said, don't worry, guys. We're going to fix it. Sonic's design will be changed. # gotta fix fast. And I just think it's amazing that the fandom was, collectively is changing something a movie studio did. Like, it's going to cost them hundreds of millions of dollars to redo all that animation, to redo all the eye lines, because they're probably not going to reshoot a lot of the, like...
He's going to be the same size.
Yeah.
You just have to change the...
How is he going to be the same size? He's too tall.
No, just make like his proportions better. Yeah.
No, his legs aren't right.
Change the proportions, not necessarily the height.
Okay.
Like, Yeah, they could.
And you can digitally manipulate.
Yeah,
the,
they can use all the same shots.
Place of the pupils.
Yeah.
Here's a hot take.
What's your hot take?
This isn't gonna change how bad this movie is gonna be.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
It looks better than I thought it was gonna look.
Unpopular opinion, but all video game movies are bad. This looks like it's not going to be terrible. I think it's going to be watchable. I think James Marsden is a funny guy. I feel like, did we talk about this already?
No.
The guy
briefly, I believe.
Okay, so James Marsden is the human cop from Green Hills PD. And I think he's got good comedic chops. He was on 30 Rock. He played Tina Fey's boyfriend for a half a season or something. And he was really funny and really goofy. And I think that he'll play funny and goofy just as well in the Sonic movie. I think he's going to do fine. He's a good actor. And he's Cyclops. Come on, guys. You want to support Cyclops in his acting career?
They didn't show Tails and Knuckles. You think they're going to be in this?
I think there's going to be cameos. I think there's going to be a lot of cameos at the end. I think that the clip that they showed of Robotnik with the bald and the real Robotnik stash, I think that that's happening at
post-credit.
Yeah, like that's like after Sonic already beat him up and like he's stuck somewhere and he's like rebuilding his ship so that he can like get back and go get revenge on Sonic. Like that, they showed us the end of the movie because they knew people were upset with how bad. Like, because there already were leaks of, not leaks, but like promotional material.
Yeah, like,
it was real.
Yeah, but they didn't show.
His face,
like face,
which was good on that.
What if they fix Sonic, but then Tails is in it, and he's just as bad?
I don't know. I don't think that's they
would have to make them look, because they all have the same design or like similar art style. So whatever change they make to Sonic, they would do.
Yeah, they'll change.
I would hope they would know, like from the feedback of like, oh, his mouth is too human, make it more canine-like, for example. That they would not then turn around and keep human mouths for Tails or Knuckles.
Right.
Also, I gotta believe that.
This is the genesis of a superhero. So, straight from the trailer. I don't know if they'll be in it. They weren't in the first one.
I did see.
Tails was.
Yeah, I can see them saving them for a sequel.
I did see people getting a little annoyed about, like, why does he have electricity?
Yeah, why does he have electricity? I'm annoyed. You saw me get annoyed about that. I don't
like
why.
Static? I don't understand.
It could be static. That was my initial thought when I saw it. Could be static electricity because he's moving so fast,
but
and
it's
he
like
does have
it's a lot of electricity. It's like he's
moving very fast.
He's like the Flash, like Bolt.
Yeah. People were like, "Oh, he's like moving at the speed of light," and I'm like, "Sonic doesn't move at the speed of light."
If anything, like I could maybe see like steam or like smoke coming out from behind him, but I don't know about electricity.
Yeah, it's a weird creative choice.
I wonder if it might have anything to do with the Chaos Emeralds. Like, they might build it up where if he has one of them, then he might have some electricity powers to some extent. And then if he gets them all, he goes...
Follow-up question, yep. Does he...
Supersonic?
Does he go...
Super Saiyan?
Does he go supersonic? I love that Saiyans and supersonic both turn yellow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure one of them is based off of the other.
Also, that one scene where...
Well, Super Saiyan would have been after Supersonic.
No.
Really?
Yeah, between like...
I'm pretty sure Sonic development was based off of Super Saiyans, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I'm sure... Well, I wonder if there's some Japanese lore that dates back even further.
Dragon Ball Z was that far?
Well, think about...
Long ago?
Well, I guess they didn't go Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball. There was like the manga, and then there was Dragon Ball, and then there was Dragon Ball Z. But
anime history has a history of doing stuff like that as well. Even well before Dragon Ball Z.
The scene...
I want to know...
The scene where...
I want to know why the fandom is so upset with this design. Have you seen some of the fan art of Sonic.
Oh, with the eyeballs in the
I've
mouth
seen-
and the mouth and the eyes.
I've seen a little bit.
I feel like you should Google Sonic fan art.
Well, no, I'm not doing that. I'll do that with a safe search on. I think some of the cool thing about this is like some artists have come out and been like, it's not that hard. Look, and like they'll spend some time and they'll like, look, you just need to make his eyes a little bit bigger, like make his tummy like a little bit more round, like make his legs skinnier, his arms are the wrong color, make his hands bigger. Like I've seen a lot of those like comparisons where they'd be like what the studio did and what the fans did, and I'm like, look, just do that, just do that.
Just hire those guys.
Yeah.
Just hire those guys.
And it kind of begs the question, like, from the current iteration of the design, there have been so many iterations through the video games. Which iteration should they focus in on, do you guys think?
The original.
Yeah.
The original Genesis
Yep.
design?
Well, they can't. I guess they can't.
It might be a little tricky to take pixels and turn them into a fully fledged 3D creation. However, there is the classic Sonic from one of the 3D games. I never really played the 3D games, but the classic Sonic design,
Generations.
might be closest.
Maybe, but then you could think about the Sonic Adventure. I guess that the 3D Sonic is taller, so maybe if they need to, he just seems so tall. He's so big.
Can you imagine Sonic 3D Blast Sonic?
I don't think
Sonic 06 Sonic, please.
that'd be great.
The Werehog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he better fall in love with a woman, a real
No.
life woman in this
He
movie.
needs to fall in love with Amy. We can't have another Howard the Duck situation.
So I believe this movie is going to be just like the games, and they're all bad.
Yeah, if you're going off trash source material, how can you make something good?
Garbage in, garbage out.
No, I think it's gonna be okay. I'll see it in the theaters. I think it's probably gonna be a C minus. But
When
you know, I like Jim Carrey. I mean, he's sort of like past his prime, but like he seems to be back to that like very like talking fast. I'm kind of kooky. Like we haven't seen the kooky Jim Carrey in a
but
while.
I heard people were saying Jim Carrey is playing Jim Carrey, not Dr. Robotnik.
Well, just like Ryan Reynolds is playing Ryan Reynolds and not Pikachu.
That's fine.
That's true.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like when you go to see a video game related movie, or conversely, when you play a video game based on a movie, there's a certain level of expectation that needs to be lowered to match the what's it called, the transition from one medium to another. Yeah, the adaptational liberties.
I will say that I have watched live streams of Detective Pikachu on.
Whoa.
What?
The game,
What?
not the movie.
Don't promote pirating.
The game.
No, the game.
Yeah.
Presented by Cool Trainer Camillo on his Twitch channel, and I have seen many trailers for Detective Pikachu and the film, and I gotta say, the film looks like it's a lot more my speed than that game. So
The game is kind of slow in the beginning. I did like the ending a lot, but I don't know. It's kind of like it's like a mystery. Like, oh, who did this? You gotta talk to everybody, put the pieces together.
Which
You also have
which Yanma is the cameraman? Seeing like a cage fight with a Charizard seems a lot cooler. So I think they're taking the source material in a better direction.
Isn't there beef between the creators of Pokemon, Detective Pikachu, and the Sonic movie?
I don't think there's
don't know.
beef, but people are definitely comparing the two.
I saw a tweet from an artist on the Pikachu movie that was like, "Hey guys, if you need help, I was an artist on the Pikachu movie, so I know how to bring video game characters into a live action world." So kind of hit me up.
Detective Pikachu could have went so wrong though. Like they made everything fluffy.
I like it. I like my fluffy Detective Pikachu.
I think the movie will be really good, but I don't think it like detracts the game because like people are gonna compare it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just different, but I don't know.
they're like children. They're like my sons, even though I don't have them.
Well, it's just the way
I love
the way
them
you
both equally. They're just
the way you
different.
worded it. You're like, that's cute. I'm gonna go watch this movie for me, the adult kind of way. So I was like,
Yeah, I think you're reading into that.
I took it that
See?
way too.
Really?
You're like, it's
Took
more
it,
my
like,
speed.
The Detective Pikachu,
Like,
the game
movie,
is a baby game.
That's what you basically said.
All right, well, I guess it's out there and I can't take it back.
I will say, so the game, like, when the first time I played through it, when I didn't know who did what and stuff, it was fun in like a live stream because we were like, who did it? Like, who's like the thought here? So like, I don't know. I thought it was fun.
Point to the backpack. Do you see it, guys?
Swiper! No, it's
Shout it out!
I see a clue!
That literally happened last night. It was like something was behind
I know.
me.
There was something behind
That's
you and I
hilarious.
was shouting out the clue. That was pretty funny. All right, final thoughts on Sonic? Anybody else have any final
I'll probably
words on
see
this?
it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Theater
I'm looking
or...
forward to it.
probably, yeah.
I'm going to see it in the theater.
I'll
Theater.
see it in theaters
Yeah.
because I see everything in theaters.
All right. So we will have our game pack review of the Detective Pikachu movie and Sonic the Hedgehog. Because I feel like
Is everybody going next week?
I
I haven't
definitely
picked
am.
today yet, but I'm going.
Or I guess this week, technically?
It-
When this goes live, it'll be this week?
Yeah, it's coming out on the... This
Friday.
is
The
launching...
9th.
Yeah, so it's coming out Friday.
I'm going on Thursday.
May 10th.
Oh, the 10th. Yeah, I'm going on Thursday, so the 9th.
I'm sure I could swing something, make it happen.
So maybe we can talk about it in the next podcast because this one's over. All right, guys.
Almost.
Thank you so much for watching. But what we do at the end of every podcast, even though this is the first one, aka this is the rebranded Switch Spot, is we talk about
R.I.P.
Yeah, Switch Spot is dead. Welcome to the Game Pack channel. We talk about what we've been playing, either offline if we've had the time, or online if we haven't had the time. So I'm going to talk about what I've been doing offline, because you guys know what I've been doing online. I've been playing on my Game Boy Advance SP in blue. And I forget what version it is. Is it just the 100?
I think you
that
have
has
the bad
front light?
one.
I do. I know it's the bad
Z-
one. I
it's
just
the
don't.
001.
Oh, actually, I got it right here. It's the 0. Oh, you know what? How am I supposed to know?
What do you mean?
You guys can't see.
Yeah, we
No, I
can't
know you
judge
can't see,
right
but you
now.
will. The audience will see when we load this up.
Oh, we'll shout it out in the chat.
You can shout it out at the screen. The little sticker on the back is missing that would have the serial number.
Well,
on it.
I think I've played it. It's not backlit.
No, I know it's frontlit. It's
Yeah,
garbage.
it's-
I'm
that's
not,
001.
I'm not debating.
That's 001.
I'm not debating. Okay, so it's 001. That's where we were going. I have the 001, and it's frustrating. But sometimes it's fun to play it in like a completely dark room. I've gone and I've just shut all the lights off, and I'm like, all right, now it looks okay. But it looks a little weird with the lights bleeding in. But anyways, Castlevania Circle of the Moon on the Game Boy Advance is a super fun game. It's not as fun as its sequels. They really refined it. But this was like the next Metroidvania style game after Symphony of the Night. And I had been like craving that. And this was super cool. I'm very nostalgic for it because I played the heck out of it when I was younger. So I've been really, really enjoying going through it, killing gargoyles and the like. And I can't wait to kill Dracula at the end. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention quickly, I am playing a lot of Smash offline, practicing my Pikachu. I've decided I'm going Pikachu main. I've been flipping back and forth. I've been waiting for my buff on Diddy Kong, and it's not coming. So I'm switching characters. Pikachu is now my main, and I've been practicing. So when I go live with you guys and challenge you and bring you into the lobby, I will destroy you and break your spirit. And that's what I've been playing offline. How about you, Camilo?
you know me, I'm a simple man. I like my Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon. So I've been synthesis grinding in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I just get the trophy that I synthesize everything. So it's just a lot of like killing a bunch of Heartless, get the materials, synthesize everything. I've actually been playing a lot of Pokemon Go. Oh my gosh. I've actually got I got 2 shiny Diglets during the Earth Day event. That was like 3 days long. I hatched a shiny Shinx, which like blew my mind. I got a shiny Meltane the other day on stream too, so that was really cool.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would just like to mention, you said 2 shiny Diglets. I actually got 2 shiny Diglets in Pokemon Let's Go, and I may or may not have made a video that is on my channel. I'm just going to throw that out there. Anyways, I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
But yeah, I've been loving Pokemon Go. I've actually also been trying to complete my dex in Omega Ruby, and it's really difficult because I moved all my Pokemon up to Gen 7, so I'm having to like recatch everything.
Ooh,
so
let me know if you want some help. I'll play.
Yeah. Because I have like X and Y in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so I'm just making a list of like things that are like better in X and Y, and I'll just like get back to those later. So I'm trying to get everything in the game first, and then I'll just like move over a bunch of stuff from Pokemon Y.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Cool. John, how about you?
Well, today I got a Wii.
Ooh.
I took my
wow.
I finally got my parents'
You said that
Wii.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh my gosh.
I said I was going to steal my parents' Wii, and I finally stole my parents' Wii.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And
I can't believe I remember that.
I said it a long time ago because I wanted to play GameCube games, and I have a Wii, and I was gonna buy one, but nah, I just stole my parents.
Nice.
So
were they playing it a lot? This is a big loss.
No,
for them?
it was legitimately boxed up when I was there. Like I didn't even have to ask for it. I'm just like, can I take that? No, yeah, we don't use it.
Nice. What kind of GameCube games do you want to play on it?
I don't know. I need to flesh out my collection. I found some GameCube games in my room, and they're not. I don't know what I was thinking back then.
Are you gonna?
All right, so I have Madden 2002.
Okay.
I have a baseball game from 2002. I have Dragon Ball Budokai.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fighting game, and then I have an X-Men fighting game.
Oh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure I sold all my other GameCube games for books in college.
Dang.
Or I lost them. Yeah. I don't know.
I did a GameCube game purge as well, and it was not worth it in the long run.
I know. I kind of want to get Beautiful Joe.
I
want to get
I bought a bunch of GameCube games when I was in college, and that's when they were like super cheap. Because like I didn't play like Wind Waker and like a lot of like the really good games when they were brand new. So I got Wind Waker for really cheap. I got Double Dash for really cheap.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's like $50 still, so it's hard to decide what I want.
It's not a great time to collect GameCube.
Like I would like Sunshine. Double Dash would be good and Melee, but they're just Jungle Beat. I actually have bongos. Nice. I do have bongos.
Jungle Beat is one of my favorite games. You can beat it in like 4 hours, but it's fun.
The Pikmin games, I like the Pikmin games on there.
I can't play Pikmin like with the GameCube controller because like once I played Pikmin 3, like I have to play it with like the Wii emotes, and they have those for like the Wii Play.
Yeah, you're probably better off buying the Wii versions of those.
Yeah, that's probably true. I also want to get the Path of Radiance, I think. The Fire Emblem? Was that the one on GameCube?
Yes.
That's really expensive, right?
It's super, super expensive. Yeah. That's actually one that I need for my collection as well. Not even to play, I need it. I need to have it.
There's a retro store near me, so I'm going to go there, see what they have.
Nice.
Because I have to get memory cards, too.
Those aren't that expensive, right?
The Nintendo brand,
the actual Nintendo
ones,
the Nintendo
branded ones are, and then the off-brand ones, you gotta be careful which ones you get because they're not the highest quality, and your save data can go bye. learn that.
Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm very excited. I've been waiting to get this thing for
Nice.
I haven't been home for like 2 years, so that's probably why it took so long. I'm a bad son.
That's not why.
No.
All right.
I do have one other thing that I played this week. I played real life golf
Oh, I do that all the time.
for the second time ever.
How'd it go?
It was fun. It was a really good time. It was like it was a workouting, and we played best ball. I was terrible, but the other people in my group are pretty good. So
Yeah.
I just used theirs the whole time.
Nice.
But it was fun. I might try to pick it up.
Yeah, it's an extremely expensive sport. So if you like spending money, golf is the sport for
Yeah,
you.
that's true. Luckily, my dad gave me his clubs.
Oh, nice.
Because
That's a huge.
I didn't have to buy a set.
Yeah, that's huge. But still, like what are they called? It's not greens fees, is it? Like to buy
Yeah, kind of.
when you buy.
Yeah, just to play.
Just to play, it can get pretty expensive depending on the course you want to play on.
Yeah, I think it was 47.
Mm-hmm.
And it included a cart, so
That's not cheap.
no.
All right. Well, since we're not talking about video games anymore,
Yeah.
let's move on to Dan.
So, what I've been playing, as stinking always, is Super Mario Odyssey. Day in,
What?
day out. So much Super Mario Odyssey. But some interesting developments within Super Mario Odyssey is they released version 1.3 of the game over 1.2, and this is significant in the speedrunning community.
Yes, it is.
As it it adds VR. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Doesn't affect your speed run.
But the amazing thing that it does is it overclocks the Switch to make load times faster, which is insane. So like previously, the fastest version of the game would depend mostly on the speedrun, but 1.0, the original release, was very often the fastest for like any percent in a lot of the other categories. And you had to do like all sorts of weird tricks that they eventually patched out. So this latest version, they have made the load times so much faster that it is now, even
it.
with all the tricks still being patched out, the fastest version with like pretty much every category, which is insane. So now everyone can be on the same version. And not only that, some of the things that they did patch are no longer patched, such as when you there's a mechanic where when you plant a seed, the seed will take some time to grow and then eventually sprout in the moon. It takes 21 real-time minutes, and because it works on real-time minutes, the thing that they just basically accidentally unpatched is you can go into your Switch's system and change the date of your Switch, okay? So that the seed will instantly grow. And that has implications because now speedrunners are actually setting, before any percent run, they'll set their Switch to about 7 or so minutes before daylight savings is scheduled to hit, so that at the point of their run where they will be in the Sand Kingdom, they'll plant a seed, go into a pipe, daylight savings will hit on their Switch system, they come out of the pipe, and the seed will be instantly grown, which is insane. So you have to be on pace every single run, reset your time every single run. And
That
it's
is ridiculous.
How does anybody even figure this stuff out?
Yeah, it's insane, the crazy things that are coming out with this new update. Absolutely insane. So the randomizer Taka2%, which I like to run as well, has also benefited from this seed trick because like Taka2 basically works as a randomizer where he'll give you 3 moon names at a time, and you got to go and get those moon names only that he tells you. And if he gives you 3 seeds, that would be a reset point usually because they take 21 minutes. But now it's not. Now they're among the faster moons that you can possibly get from Taka2, which is crazy. And so I look forward to digging into that more. And I've been running all purple coins where you get every single purple coins in the game. And and I've been experimenting with a new potential run that I like to call entropy percent, where I choose a kingdom, and this has to be done on a 100%ed file. You go to a kingdom, and the idea is you activate and manipulate every single object that you possibly can within the overworld of the kingdom. So you'd have to break every crate, put out every flame, grab every coin, reveal every hidden block, and once you reach the point of entropy, that would be time, where there's no manipulatable items. So I've been slowly routing that, and that's been a lot of fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of the first Packcast. Thank you very much for watching. Whether you were here in the premiere or you're watching after the fact, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell so that you don't miss any future podcasts or any other amazing content that we have coming for you down the pipeline. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and take care.
See ya.
See you later.